there, my name is Twana, but you can call me TJ, and welcome to my channel. For my inaugural YouTube video, today I wanted to talk about people, places, and things that I'm going to continue to love in 2026. So, starting off with people. In 2025, I really loved Black people.
I love Black people!
I love Black people all day, every day, but I think in 2025, I was really exposed to a lot of fashion content, content creation, media, film, TV, all centered around Black people, and I really want to continue loving that in 2026. So I wanted to highlight a couple of my Black people that I really enjoyed that I'm going to continue loving into this year. So starting off with Keith Lee. So Keith Lee is, of course, the food reviewer over on TikTok, and I really have been enjoying his content. And in particular, what I really liked is his authenticity while he grew into such a large platform. He continued to be so genuine and so authentic, and to me that's really inspiring and something that I will aspire to do as I start on my YouTube journey. So I'm going to continue loving Keith Lee into 2026. Another Black person that I really enjoyed this year was Mally. So she's here on YouTube as well, and she does these hilarious YouTube movie reviews. She did like a kind of segment on Tyler Perry movies. She does horror, she does drama, and I really love her sense of humor.
I'm in an elevator and I know I didn't murder a salesman, and I'm convinced that somebody else in there has. I'm gonna make myself sound badass as fuck. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm trained to kill people. Stabbing, jabbing, grata-ta-tying, you name it. I'm crazy. So
with these recaps, and she keeps me company while I'm cooking and cleaning all the time. So really enjoyed her, and I'm gonna continue to love her this year. And next up, I have a fashion content creator also here on YouTube, one of the Black people I loved as well. She goes by Little Miss JB Style on YouTube, and she does a lot of fashion content, and I really enjoyed her unique take on fashion content. As someone who is not, flowing in money and is a very normal middle-class person, I loved her approach to her fashion content. She does a lot of going into the mall and talking about what's worth it and what's not, and she's really inspired me to shop what I have in my closet instead of going out and buying things. And as I'm trying to be a bit less consumerist, I think I really enjoyed her content, and I'm going to continue loving her in 2026. Wrapping up our people section, a Black person I'm going to continue loving in 2026 is me. Not to toot my own horn, but I did my big one in 2025. I defended and convocated with my PhD. I ran a 5K. I closed on my first home, and your girl got engaged. So I really did my big one, and I'm going to continue loving myself into 2026. That sort of wraps up my people section of people I am going to continue loving in 2026. Moving on into places. I am going to continue loving my home. Like I mentioned, I closed on my first home in 2025, and I had such a great time just creating my own space, making it my own, like turning my house into a home. And it's not completely done yet, but I think I'm so privileged to be able to have a space that is my own, that I am absolutely going to continue loving my space, and the ability to just come home and say, okay, this is something that is mine. I don't have to worry about other people's opinions or how someone wants to decorate. It is completely my space to feel completely comfortable in, and that is so fortunate, and I'm definitely going to continue loving my space in 2026. Okay, another place I'm going to continue loving in 2026, and this is not a physical space, but more a metaphorical space, is my Black girl friend groups. I think having a group of people that make you feel welcome, make you feel yourself, that are always rooting for you is so underrated. And that safe space with my girls and my different Black girlfriend groups, I am 100% going to keep on loving that in 2026 because we encourage each other, we support each other, and that is all of the 2026 energy I am looking for. Alrighty, moving into things. This is a bit of a catch-all. So I've got a couple things here. So one of the things I'm going to continue loving 2026, my cocoa butter. Anyone who knows me know that I love a good glazed donut look, whether that's on my face, whether that is on my body. I use cocoa butter, and here I have just the one you can get in the store. And I have the authentic stuff. This is from when I went to Honduras. The authentic stuff as well. Whatever cocoa butter you can get your hands on, I love it. I use it as a nighttime moisturizer. On my face, on my body. Feels really hydrating, loving the glow. For sure gonna keep this in my 2026 things that I love. Gonna continue to love. Next up, a heating pad. Whatever heating pad that you have. This is so good for if you just want to feel like a warm comfiness on your body. If it's that time of the month, you want help with cramps. This is one that I have. You just plug it in, pop it on. There's different ones with timers, ones you can pop in the microwave, but really, really enjoyed this as well. Next, I have a lipstick. Another thing that you guys are gonna get to know about me is I am a lip product girly. Lip product I really loved this year was the Huda Matte lipstick. It's the one that comes in this tube. And I wore this for one of my friend's weddings. I wore it all day on my convocation day, and they're not drying and they really have a good staying power. None of the like crusty lines that you get. So for sure gonna continue loving this into 2026. Something else that I'm gonna love is my Gel X nails. She says that she has naked nails, but I really enjoyed doing my own nails in 2025. Just the process is very therapeutic. It's fun. You get to exert your creativity, learn a new skill. It's just very comforting, that entire process. So for sure gonna continue doing that and advancing a little bit more in my skills into this year. I also really loved my candle warmer. I got a candle warmer when I moved into my home. I don't know if you can see it behind me right here. But instead of lighting my candles, because sometimes it releases like if you don't have a good quality candle, like the wicks can explode and it just creates the black smoke. Candle warmers give a nice sort of subtle, even melting of the wax. It gives a subtle scent to your home. So I really enjoyed that homey feel with a candle warmer. Gonna keep loving that this year. I also really loved, on the topic of home, some room sprays. I'm just gonna grab mine right here. I tried a ton of different ones. This is just the one that I have right now, but they are room and fabric sprays. So you can just give a little spritz all over, give your house a nice smell. As you guys can tell, I do like a nice smelling home. So for sure going to continue loving that. Also, last thing to wrap up my home decor kind of segment is plants as decor. I really got into plants when I was decorating my house, and they add just such a nice greenery, zen feel, and I think it just brightens my mood. So for sure gonna keep adding to my plant collection in 2026. Next thing I'm gonna continue loving. This right here, my iPad. I became an iPad girly, okay? I read on my iPad. I do adult coloring books on my iPad. I watch Netflix on my iPad. I've really gotten into maximizing the power of the iPad, so for sure going to continue enjoying all of the features of my iPad next year. This year, we are 2026. Okay, wrapping things up with the last two things that I'm gonna continue loving. Body oils. Like I said, your girl loves to glow. I am a body oil fiend. Again, anything that is gonna give me that glazed donut look, I am on it. I have tried a bunch of different body oils. I typically apply them after I put on my lotion, daytime, nighttime. I literally use baby oil sometimes. I love a glow, so I'm going to continue being in my glowing skin era in 2026. And last but not least, my OG Forever That Girl lip moisturizer, petroleum jelly. Let me tell you something right now. I have been using petroleum jelly for years as a lip moisturizer, and she is undefeated. It's wintertime, your lips are dry and crusty. You just grab some, doop, 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 put it on your lips. She's moisturized, okay? She's also multi-purpose. Your hands are feeling dry, dab her on. Your heels are feeling dry, dab her on. You want your perfume to last longer, dab her on. So I am for sure gonna continue loving my petroleum jelly into 2026. Alrighty, that wraps up my very first YouTube video about the people, places, and things I am going to continue loving in 2026. Thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to join the conversation and let me know what kinds of things you'll continue to love in 2026, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye!